Are we doing it? Is it happening?
Oh fuck!
Oh no! Estamos unidos.
Question of the day for you guys at home: is French a slur?
Could it be?
They're not gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I think that's even funnier.
Oh, he's using me for my clout.
Why do you sound so fucking drained, Xavier?
I don't know. I'm just hanging out. I mean, I'm not like
You sound very quiet.
I'm not like assed out tired, but you know, it's been a long week.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's like, yeah, I can function good enough to like get through the day, but damn, I miss all the cocaine that I used to have.
I miss my wife, Tails.
I miss I don't miss my wife. She's right over there. Hi. She just kind of nodded. She can't hear you guys.
Yeah, I was counting on you.
Where's that other N7?
Which one?
She's not real. She's not real. You're crazy. You're crazy.
She's playing Mass Effect. She doesn't care.
I've never played that. The only thing I know about Mass Effect is that the third one has terrible ending, and then Andromeda.
Yeah. Fathar, the Omega Nebula. Why do you gotta do that to him? Oh yeah, you didn't do that last time, so the stream was kind of a disaster because I couldn't tell what you were doing at any given time. That was the most you've actually attempted to play the game so far.
What do you mean?
Well, he had to actually, like, I couldn't just do it for him, so he was actually having to think about the puzzles for a second.
Holy shit, he wasn't going, what do I go next every, like, 5 seconds?
You know, he was doing pretty good. Oh, God.
That's
okay.
Development. It's fun. It's good. They're not real. They're not real. Video games aren't real. They're a psyop by the government, by the bourgeoisie, to get you to waste your time and spend money on things that are essentially meaningless. I'm completely sane, I swear.
I'm tweeting the link.
Never say that again. Hello, Mephiston 215.
Oh, there are people finally pouring in? Shit, I gotta go find the chat.
How David do at the end of RE1? I think I missed the last few streams. The same way that he did at the end of every RE episode, and that he struggled the fuck out of the game, but we helped him. So
he still did it anyway. We're still proud of it.
Oh. Listen, I was gonna roast you just then, but you acknowledged that it was a bad opinion, so I'll let it slide. I don't give a shit if you think that you don't give a shit. What's up, David and Xavier? Oh, fuck me, I guess. Legendary Huskin. You're uninvited from my birthday. Hello, I'm a special guest. I've never been on any other one of these streams. This is the first and only time I'm on these things.
Yeah.
How you doing?
You're not the honorary third guy.
Yeah, I'm not your token Australian. / racially ambiguous.
I don't know. You know what? Now that I've actually hung out with you for an extended period of time in person, I don't know how ambiguous you are. It seemed pretty clear cut to me.
See, it's not ambiguous because you know. It's not ambiguous because I've told you, and you're like, oh, you know what?
Well, no, but like I can look at your face and see.
I know. You can do that because you know, like I've told you way before. I was like, this is blah blah blah, and you're like, oh okay. So when you look at me, you're like, okay, you know what? I can see that. Oh my god, dude! I swear to fucking Christ, I've been confused for so many different nationalities. People are like, dude, you look Greek. Dude, you look European. Dude, you look fucking. Dude, somebody once like straight up just told me I look Brazilian.
Brazilian. I don't see that at all. You know that was it a dumbass white person who said that, who's never seen someone else of any other fucking.
So the person who called me Brazilian was not a white person. He was actually a Middle Eastern guy who I was.
That's insane.
It is fucking insane, right? It's just a number of people that are like
ignorant dumbass from anywhere.
Nationality of which you may or may not be, and I think that's really funny.
Broad.
Because of what?
You don't.
Becky, I've never once thought of the nickname Weevil, and I love it.
Weevil?
I genuinely love that nickname, Weevil.
Weevil! That's funny. We should use that.
Nickname. That's such a funny nickname. I love that.
I think there's a character in Yu-Gi-Oh called that.
Weevil.
Hey, shut up, man.
No, I agree, but I'm letting it slide because it's about me.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, 1, don't ever call me a fucking woman again. That's you misgendering me. 2, yeah, dude, it's about the fucking clout.
Can't believe David just did that on stream. He just misgendered someone on stream. What an asshole.
Fucking cancel this guy. Fucking cancel this guy. Everybody boycott the stream, but like not today because I'm in here.
Boycott the stream that William's not in.
Mm-hmm. Boycott the stream that they did like a fortnight ago.
Yes.
Shit, he picked up what I'm putting up.
Got you. He got you.
What I'm putting up, what I'm putting down. I don't know. Either way works. Hello, symbiote simp.
Simp be. Oh, Nora's here.
Hello,
love Nora. She's cool.
I think
one of our friends on the stream. She does really cool voice dubs. She dubs Spider-Man comics. I voiced Venom in a thing that she's editing. I don't know if it's come out yet.
Probing Uranus.
Probing Uranus. In Mass Effect, you probe planets for resources, and there's this. If you go to Uranus and then probe it, the spaceship's AI will go, "Really, Commander? Probing Uranus."
That's really funny.
And the game does not tell you that that's a thing that even happens. It's like an Easter egg, and you have to go way out of your way to even go towards Uranus to
you gotta be really fucking immature for that to happen. You gotta go, oh man,
oh yeah,
be a funny guy.
Because like at no point in the entire game do you need to do anything even in that entire like star system. Like you don't go to Earth at all in the whole game, and when you go to the, it's huh?
Is it an option to go to Earth in free roam?
Yeah, when you go there in free roam, and fucking it has like a meter that tells you like the level of resources you can expect from each planet before you start like sending probes down to gather. And he even says that it has poor resources, like it's completely depleted, so you have no reason to actually even send the probe because there's nothing to get. But if you do it anyway, there's special dialogue where the ship chastises you.
I bet Mass Effect is Elon Musk's name.
Yeah, Becky, Anna's replaying the whole game to catch back up to where she was, because because I told her, because she fucked up one of the romance side quests. She was trying to romance her favorite character, and then did it wrong. Oh, Mr. X!
Mr. Sex.
Oh, God. Star Trek. Oh, I was that age so bad and was so embarrassing. Yeah.
I've seen it once on Twitter, and then I just just scrolled by. I was like, okay, cool story, bro. Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh, okay. So because he's from the evil alternate universe, Elon Musk is actually worth a shit where he comes from in the universe where everyone's morally flipped. It's like that fucking alternate universe from Crisis on Infinite Earths, or no, a Crisis on Two Earths. Remember that animated movie, William?
I think so. Can you run me through?
Yeah, it was the Batman in that universe was
Owlman?
Was Owlman instead.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah, I
Lex
remember that.
Luthor and Joker were like nice guys there.
That's right. I remember that.
What was that fucking? What was
That
the
was a pretty
team
fucking
from that
dope
universe
movie.
called? You know that movie was supposed to be set between seasons of Justice League, and then it just took too long to come out, and then they just decided to change it up a little bit so that it's not in the DCAU, but it was meant to be original.
You know, you say that, and for whatever reason, like,
It's okay. So you remember like Batman the animated series, David? You know, the really good animated series with Batman from the 90s? Okay, he does. I'm pretty sure he does. Okay, so he knows about it. But basically that show launched its own like cinematic universe for cartoons where there was I think like 6 different cartoons interconnected in that universe that all shared continuity.
Fucking awesome.
It was pretty cool. No, shut up. It's super cool, and you're lame. You're lame-o. Got him. Ha.
What a limp penis lame. That's how lame you are.
Hey man, that could be kind of cool.
I need
sometimes.
Viagra to get hard.
I think I read something where they were saying that Viagra actually was increased, or was like tied to increased resistance to Alzheimer's.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, dude, everybody get on that Viagra shit.
Go grocery shopping after dropping one. Yeah, Watchtower Database. I love those guys. I watch that channel all the time. I'm actually working on several, not even one, several collabs with them right now. Twice now. Well, I helped with doing like an animated character for their video on the Batman and Harley Quinn movie. And then shut up. And then I did a video with James Strecker from Watchtower where we talked about movies that had post-credit scenes that didn't pan out. That was fun. But yeah, James is awesome. He's a cool guy. I've never talked to the. He's the guy who basically runs that channel. I've never talked to the other two that contributed a lot to it. Like, well, I think I talked to Maddie once. They were in one of the streams for when the video dropped. But I haven't talked to Ted. But yeah, they're yeah, sure.
Hello, the Whiplash Effects.
Hello, Whiplash Effects.
And Perez. Who else did I miss?
Oh, you're right. They were James and Maddie were in the Evil Dead video.
Fake fan.
I do.
Oh, hello, Iron. Hello, Zach.
Well, that's a common thing is that I fucking forget stuff that's been in my videos, and then Becky will remind me of it because she knows my videos like backwards and forwards. And to me, it's just my insane ramblings that are recorded and edited, and then I put it out there, and then I never think about it again. You know, I actually sat down and watched one of my videos yesterday, and because I didn't remember, even though it was a video that took a particularly long amount of time, it was that review of the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon. It took a long-ass time to make that video, but by the end of it, I just, like, purged all the knowledge of it from my head. And then I was watching the video, and I didn't remember writing or saying any of that. And then I was actually laughing at my own jokes because I didn't remember what I was going to say.
Was that? No, that wasn't the video you were working on when I was over, was it? It was the...
No, that was the one from the year... Yeah, it was the cartoon before that, and I released that at the beginning of 2023.
I was borderline suicidal with that video, dude.
You know what? Yeah, between that was a rough couple of months between the 2017 cartoon.
Like, fucking, like doing things I can't do.
Actually, you know, near the end of every year is a big like just pain in the ass because I got to get the Halloween video, and then usually I do a big Spider-Man video. Yeah. Oh God, this guy. There is the dark room. It's on the left. It's on the west side of the first floor, underneath the main stairway on the west side.
Facts.
On the first floor, yes. The dark room is right there. It's also a save room. Yeah, go develop it in there.
This guy has some film.
Film. I hate you. I want to beat you up. I should push David down and then take his lunch money.
Kodak was Kodak in that one song. You guys remember that? I'm very sorry to have this sound like a depressing.
You guys should take the Kodak printer challenge.
What? What?
What?
Really? That was product placement? Like, that wasn't him wanting to write it because he wanted to write it? Oh, okay, so it was him writing it because he wanted to. Like, he wasn't contractually obligated. Was he actually paid for it? That's fucking crazy.
They paid him to write a crap-ass lyric like that.
I mean, they would have paid him to put it in the song. It's just he decided to make it a crap-ass lyric. But it's just really funny that he got paid to just say that.
Say something that's stupid. I don't think I've ever had
an instance of like a rapper calling out a product in one of their songs because they got paid for it. They usually just do it because who gives a shit.
Well, probably just because it was it worked well with the rhyme scheme they were doing. Like you're not getting paid to mention like, I don't know, like a kick-ass car, or like a sports car, like a Maserati or something. Because you put that in the lyrics because you're supposed to sound like a cool rapper guy who has money, and you're like bragging.
Man,
you sound so poor when you talk. I'm glad I got William. I got him. I got him.
What the fuck?
Because he couldn't say the word rich. He was like, "You sound like money person."
Sound like someone who has inherited wealth. Put it up your ass.
And then squeeze your butt cheeks really hard, and it'll turn into a lump of coal.
Put it in your prison wallet. Well, speaking of prison wallets and
where's this going?
Deadpool 3 got a new trailer.
Yeah. How we feeling about it, gang? Okay, David's excluded from this conversation because he's a hater. This will be for you and me, William, and possibly the chat if they're cool.
Definitely the chat. Definitely the chat. Oh, Synth.
Oh, there's
Voice
something wrong with the
Network
sound.
saying, hold on. Synth Voice Network was saying there's no sound on the stream.
Uh-oh. I'm even getting Discord messages. David's mic is muted. Oh.
Is David my? Oh shit! I can hear you. I don't think it's coming through the stream. Your voice anyway.
Don't worry, we'll fix it.
Hold on. Yeah, David's mic isn't working. That's really crazy. Oh, that's so funny. He just been yapping and nobody listened to a single fucking word he said. Like literally.
Has that been like for like the whole stream so far for 22 minutes, or was that just like a thing that happened in the last like 10?
I hope it was the whole stream.
How hard do I need to laugh?
It sounds like it's been like that for the whole stream.
So it was just me and William just chatting shit
the whole time. Yeah.
Oh my god. So it just sounded like we're insane.
We could have just ignored David in real time and they wouldn't have known.
You ever get the zoomies? Like as a human
what
being?
What the fuck is the zoomies? What the fuck is
like
the zoomies?
when an animal just like gets like really crazy and starts running around because they're having a good time and they want to run.
Yeah.
That happens to me.
How old are you? 5?
Yeah.
Has that ever happened in the month that I
What's
stayed?
going on? Oh, you should make that a label for that. Okay. My wife is here. She's cool. Oh, Diego is in the chat even.
You say my wife
Diego,
and you don't say it in
you...
the Borat voice? What's wrong with you?
You know, once you've been married for closing in on has it been? No, 2 years. Okay, a little over 2 years. Once you've been married for over 2 years, doing the Borat voice loses the power.
Well, you should just call it
anymore.
You should just start saying your husband instead then.
My husband.
My husband.
Husbando.
My husband.
Hi Diego, I saw your message. You're correct, and I will follow your advice.
What? He's saying that this is a bro moment.
No, he's him and I are working on a little side project thing for that will lead into a bunch of stuff that I'm working on with James Strecker. Have I told you about that? Yeah, I have. I've told you probably a million times.
James Stricker? Strecker?
Yeah.
Strocker? Striker?
Striker!
That's so crazy. Anyway, we're gonna talk about Deadpool before I shut you
Before
off.
we
I was
realize
gonna say,
that fucking this
I
stream
don't-
is gonna,
it
a third
looks-
of the stream tonight is gonna have no audio from David.
It looks really
I think
boring.
that's very
That's all
fair.
I'm gonna say.
That's so good.
It looks really boring.
Oh, he says, well, okay, all right. It's so funny, but David is still excluded from this conversation, regardless if you can hear him or not. Anyway, Deadpool.
Why is
I
that?
wish that the movie's title. Someone posted like a fake thing where the title was going to be Deadpool and Friend.
Yeah.
I think they should have gone with that.
They should have just called it Deadpool in the MCU for the most obvious joke.
Okay, I've been seeing an image by Discussing Films where it's like it's a quote retweet of the Deadpool and Friend thing, but instead it's Wolverine and asshole. And what the fuck
Hugh
is that
Jackman
about?
tweeted that. Hugh Jackman
Oh,
tweeted
okay.
that.
I
really
prefer the much superior, not discussing film. I prefer disbussing film.
Just bussing.
This Bussin' Film is a really funny account.
Because there's so many fake Discussing Films accounts, I had to start blocking them because I was getting to a point where I seriously just could not tell what was real anymore.
You could just mute them. You didn't have to block them.
Well, it's fine because then I don't even see other people interacting with them, so I don't even have to like.
Fucking bitch.
I don't care.
I retweet them from time to
You
time.
think I give a fuck? I don't see it, and I'm happy about it.
Well, shit.
No idea.
Everybody now sees the type of friend that you are, motherfucker.
Yeah, I
Speaks
don't see
volumes
when
of
you
that, even it does me.
retweet articles from liars. Granted, they're
Liars
funny
and
liars.
fiends?
Liars and fiends.
My father. The drinker.
I am a surgeon.
I am a surgeon, Dr. Han.
I love blocking people on Twitter. I think it's fantastic. I like to imagine that they die when I do it.
Anybody who has
Like,
a
as
blue
soon as I
check
click the
gets
button-
blocked.
Like it's like my Death Note. When I click the block button, their heart just stops.
You know whose else heart stops?
Yes, you.
Your heart stops.
Fantastic. Good work, David. I'm really proud of you. Leon, you could hop over that gap.
Why are you so condescending to David, you fuck?
That's just how him and I talk to each other.
I know.
A lot of the time it is. It's probably not healthy.
I know. I was at your place.
I'm always like, okay. William and I have this thing where we kind of go back and forth between shit talking each other and then also just having like endless admiration for one another as like the coolest guy we know. And then with David and I, it is just the hostility. And then when I'm talking to Diego, it's just the hey, that guy's so awesome. William's the only one that has the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he has the worst of both worlds, but that works too.
Yeah, you would say that. Yeah.
Yeah, you would say that?
You would say that. It's like I was gonna
say
add
that.
something on top of it, but I just don't.
Here, William,
Y'all
I'm also
sound like
texting you
right?
about the little
Oh, yeah,
mini
dude.
project I'm working on.
Mephiston says that we sound like gay stories.
What?
So long, Gay
They said
Bowser.
we sound like gay stories.
Yeah?
And they
little
said
bit.
that immediately after like your little thing.
Okay. Yeah?
Oh yeah, dude. Homosexuality.
Hell
yeah. It tends to do that. Yeah. I guess that's something it does now.
Yeah! I guess being gay
Yeah.
is something I do
guess
now.
it's something we do
Yeah!
now.
Wow! I guess that's my life now. Wow!
I love how you're doing that in the Sonic
Guys,
voice.
Forspoken's a terrible fucking game. You guys remember when everybody
time
was
I
like
st-
defending
I start slipping
Forspoken
into the
criticism
Sonic
by
voice.
going, it's because
No, Forspoken sounds like it was... It's not even Joss Whedon dialogue. It's like... Who's that guy who writes for Community and Rick and Morty?
Rick and
Dan
Morty
Harmon.
dialogue?
It's Dan Harmon trying to add jokes to the second draft of the Doctor Strange script type dialogue. You remember when they were like, hey, let's do some reshoots to make this movie more funny, and then we'll add a scene where Wong... Remember Wong? He's listening to Gwen Stefani or something?
After he made a Beyonce reference.
And then Wong, he's listening to Beyonce.
And then Donker Strong, Donker Strong does the funny portal behind him and steal Bonk. But he does not know that Bonk is stole. And then when he stole Lost Bonk...
And then Professor Comedy Cape runs around and trips and falls down and goes boom.
And then
so where can I find a jack to jack across the jack?
Huh?
Hold on, what are you jacking off?
The thing in the library so I can get across the gap.
Oh, shit, where is that jack? Has he found it yet? I forgot where it is.
The best thing I could give you
that just happened.
Yeah, I guess it's something we do now. The best thing I could give you, David, is go to the rooms that still have red in them. Because it means that there's an item.
Yeah, because that means... Yeah.
Maybe the Krogan turned into
She off on my jack till I...
To work. I'm glad that my wife likes Mass Effect, because she does not like sci-fi, and she doesn't like things to do with spaceships.
You would have divorced her if she didn't.
Wait,
she
that's
hates
not true.
Star
She likes
Wars, and
Alien.
she
That's
thinks...
not true. That's a fucking lie. That's a blatant
She
lie
likes
right
it if
there.
it's a horror thing, because the horror overrides it, usually.
Okay.
But she hates Star Wars, and she thinks Star Trek is, like, embarrassing if you even like it, or talk about it at all.
It's okay. She likes K-dramas.
Well, she's an Asian woman, David.
You fucking racist.
That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. Stop saying...
I agree, David. There is no excuse for racism, you fuck.
Stop using your wife's racial identity as an excuse for her bad taste.
Sounds just like a conservative. Sounds just like a conservative, on God.
David getting outed for racism on stream.
David becoming Ben Shapiro for real this time.
I was just saying that before the stream started. That is... before you joined the call. David asked me who I think should play him in a movie if they made a movie about his life, and I said Ben Shapiro could do his voice. And then he got really mad, but like in a quiet way where I could tell it hurt him to his soul.
Yeah.
You know who I
said? And then he told me that if they
should...
made a movie about me, they should cast Jesse Eisenberg to play me, and he'd do his fucking Lex Luthor voice. And then I said, hey. Take it easy.
Do you think Lex Luthor would be a liberal or a conservative? Real question.
Deeply conservative.
You reckon?
He would be he'd be a George Bush Republican.
As a non-American, I have no fucking idea what that means.
Just know that it's not complimentary.
That he would stage 9/11 and then blame it on someone else.
Yes.
He blame it on Superman?
He did that in Batman vs Superman. That's literally what he did.
That movie is about Lex Luthor staging 9/11 and blaming Superman.
If Lex Luthor was fucking George Bush.
Zack Snyder's a visionary.
I was just about to say that.
I like how William and I are always like fucking reading each other's minds somehow. Him and I like constantly are saying shit that the other one is thinking, and then we both just like
not even that. Like it goes a little bit beyond that, because earlier today, like what, 30 minutes ago, they got on call to like get ready for the stream, and I was like, hold on guys, I'll be back. I'm gonna like I'll be on soon because I'm getting some like fried chicken. And Xavier was like, oh shit, I'm making fried chicken right now.
We both had the craving at the same time. It's like that's like kind of sympathy pain that like if you're ever injured, your mom will feel it. William is my child.
I'm taller than you. You're my child.
I'm older than you.
Not in height, you're not.
It's okay, girls. I ship you two together.
You're short too. You have no fucking ground to stand on, David. You're shorter than Xavier, I think.
I think David's actually slightly shorter than me, but like it's so minuscule you can't even tell.
You know, I don't actually care. Believe it or not.
I know, but
everybody is short.
Everybody's shorter than William.
I'm a fucking dude. I dressed up as Michael Myers for Halloween, and I was able to scare some just poor fucking children. I don't know what the segue to that was. I think it was the fact that I was tall. Anyway, I think it's a really fun story.
You look great in that costume.
I genuinely scared the fuck out of children by just walking up to them, and then just ominously staring at them from a distance before doing so. And they genuinely started running away screaming.
Halloween was fun.
That was my first Halloween.
I can't. Yeah, that was your first Halloween. I'm glad that was your first Halloween because that was a really good one. We had pizza. We hung out with my aunt. We fucking really cool. Ran around the neighborhood. We got to trick or treat in my new neighborhood, even though we're both in our 20s.
What's wrong with you?
Fuck, dude, that shit was fun. Dude, I feel so bad for that kid at the end of the night. You know when we were back home? Okay, I was suggesting to the idea, right, to Anna. I was like, dude, how funny would it be? And this was just a joke, right?
Oh yeah,
how funny would it be if we get trick-or-treated, right? And then, because Anna would open the door and fucking give them the bucket of candy and they would take one, whatever. I was like, dude, how funny would it be if someone else did that and I was at home, right? And then you open the door because the door opens in such a way where if you follow the trajectory of it, you can hide behind the door. So if you open it, you wouldn't see anybody there. And I was like to Anna, I was like, what if you open the door, you do that, you hide behind the door, and then to the people outside, it's there's nobody in there, so it's the door opened by itself. And then there'd be a bit of confusion. It's where the fuck is the guy who opened the door? What's going on? And then I step out from behind the wall in my Michael Myers costume, and then just look them down. And we both laughed about it. We were like, oh, that'd be really funny. Let's just see if it happens.
You finally tried it.
And then we got back home from trick-or-treating, and we were just about to call it a night, and then we hear a fucking knock. And then Anne checks the camera, and it's trick-or-treaters. And I was like, oh, holy shit, this is it, we can do it. We can do it. So I rushed to put on my Michael Myers hat on, the mask on. And then we get into the positions, right? Anna opens the door, she hides behind it, I'm hiding behind the wall.
She assumed the position.
And then for a split second, I see a woman. And I was like, oh man, this is fucking perfect. I can scare the shit out of them. And then I step out from the thing, right? I have the bucket of candy with me, I step out from the thing. And I give her a big fucking startle, and I have this big shit eating grin on my face. They couldn't see it because I had the mask on, but I was smiling.
Yeah, you have a Michael Myers mask
on. And then I was like, wait a minute. Something feels off. They don't have any costumes, anything.
These are a bunch of 30-year-olds.
And then I look down, and it's a fucking kid wearing a Batman costume. And I'm like, holy
the
shit.
Tiniest little
he looks
kid.
at me. He looks at me and
the littlest Batman.
And I feel so bad.
I remember that.
You scared the fuck out of that poor tiny Batman.
I scared the shit out of the kid. I was like, oh
3.
No. I took the mask off as quickly as I could. I was like, holy shit.
Hey, and then you're like, hey, little buddy. And then you tried to backpedal. And I think it worked because he actually seemed more relaxed after you did that.
I gave him a high five and everything. And then the dad was behind him. And I think he was 2 seconds away from kicking my fucking ass.
Halloween.
That shit was so funny.
What was this about arse?
David didn't hear a word of that.
What a fucking word.
I heard all of it. I just pretended not to because that would be funnier.
That's a likely story. A likely story, sir.
So anyway, I'm gonna try doing a thing. You guys were of no help whatsoever, but there's a C4 C4 upstairs, and I'm gonna use this electronic device I found earlier to explode it, and see if that works.
That's how bombs work.
Why don't you use my electric device to explode?
Batman didn't have prep time.
What if you popped out from behind the door and then shot his parents in front of him? And then he just never took the costume off for the rest of his life?
Man, that's fucked up. Dude,
the hero of the city
was just walking down the street, aimlessly. We were like, man, where the fuck do we go? And then all of a sudden, I hear the Halloween music playing in the distance. And
oh
as
yeah,
we were, like,
and then it was like
in the middle
like
of us talking about where we
you.
have to go, without even saying anything, I just like look in the direction of the sound and start walking towards it, not even saying a word to anyone. And then everybody catches on. They're like, "Where the fuck's he going?" And then you guys hear the music.
I started
like,
to hear the music, and I went, "Oh my god, I know where he's going now."
Dude, I was not even sure I was going the right way. I was like, "Man, are we walking? Am I gonna get a test right now?" And then we find it, and I felt so vindicated and validated. And we tried to do a bit because you were wearing a Deadpool costume, and I was wearing my Michael Myers costume. We were trying to do a bit where like I just walk up to, because it had like a little backyard area. And
yeah, we were trying to like walk up to the sound of the music.
But no, it wasn't that. Okay, so they had a backyard area,
out.
and the fence I could see like above that. It was like under my I could see through that. Like I was tall enough to see above the fence line.
What
and
aren't you
right
tall
in front of
enough
that,
to see?
opposite of me, was the fucking like little like living room sort of glass sliding door. And I was like, man, how fucking funny would it be? And kind of scary, honestly. Like, I'd be scared if I saw
If you
that.
stood
But
there
I was
and
like,
scared
at the same
the
time,
shit
how
out of
funny would it
whoever's
be
house
if they
that was?
like looked out and then saw Michael Myers, because there was a little slit. They had like the blinds closed, but there was a little split. And I was just standing there like waiting for someone to notice me. But they didn't. And I was like, man, this is no fun.
Son of a bitch.
And we tried to do this bit where like you and I would walk up, and then I forget what the thing was, but like we tried it like 5 different times, and your aunt was trying to record it, but like the camera was just fucking up. So we said, fuck, it doesn't even matter. So we woke up to the house to like get the fucking candy and fuck off, and the woman who opens the door gets like kind of startled but kind of excited at the same time, because she opens the door, she sees me, she goes, "Oh my god, we got one! We got one! We got a Michael Myers!" And I just didn't say anything. I was in character the whole time. I just stared at her, and I think that put her off a little bit, because she was kind of like, she was giving me like a I don't know what it was, man. It was just the vibe. It was like
a, hey, what's up? How you doing? And then you just weren't.
And I was just staring.
Reacting.
I was just staring.
And then you were in character.
Like, dude, we love Michael Myers. The first Halloween movie's on, and then she points a TV behind her, and I take the glance behind her shoulder, and I like look at her and I nod. And I'm just like, I'm gonna eat the candy now, and I nod, just not saying anything. And she gave me extra candy because she's like, you know what, Michael Myers is my favorite character, and he didn't break character, and that thing was really cool. So fucking, like, I don't know what she gave me. She gave me like more candy than she gave you.
Oh yeah.
And then I didn't
How
say anything.
old are you if you still go trick-or-treating? How old are you?
This was my first fucking trick-or-treating. What do you mean?
Yeah, but
it
how
was his
old are
first
you?
time.
I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm in America. When in Rome, you know? Just
He's
fucking
22? You're 22, right?
I'm not telling you. Fucking classified.
Fucking, I forgot. You're older than Jacob and Molly,
I'm 30
That's
years old.
so old of you.
but you're younger than me still.
I feel vindicated. All right, I'm gonna call you Nora. I think that's what your name was. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just call her
Nora,
Nora.
right?
That's
Nora.
that's
Yeah,
it.
Nora was saying that she's 22 and still puts on together a costume for trick-or-treating. So fuck you, David.
Yeah, get that. Get his ass. Get his ass. Make him cry.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
You're gonna what? You what?
I'm gonna fuck.
What?
Wow. This took a turn.
Like porn music starts playing.
Starts playing like funky guitar riffs from the 70s. Wow.
Hey, I'm gonna fuck you now.
What?
And then you put on your Michael Myers mask. You slowly pull it down. and then your mom, you go, "It's for my protection."
You muffled, and that reminded me. You know how Michael
It's
Myers
ribs for
like,
her
breathes
protection.
in the movies? He does like the heavy breathing.
God damn it! He said
That
that
shit
was
is real.
swallowing water.
That isn't even fake. Because when I had the mask on, that's how I was breathing. That isn't even like an effect that like the actor was doing. That's literally how you breathe when you have a mask like that on. And I think that's really funny.
Yeah, Michael Myers isn't breathing like that because he's like a scary serial killer who gets like horny.
He's breathing like that because he has to, otherwise
he cannot fucking breathe in that mask.
Dude, that mask smelled like shit. If your mom wasn't there to give me like a vapor rub, like thing.
Yeah, she put like some chemicals in the mask to hide the smell because it smelled like freshly
she had me put it like on top of my lip, just like under my nose, to block out the smell. And she saved Halloween for me because if it wasn't for that, I would have like passed out.
Oh.
Anyway,
you would have busted out.
Halloween was radical. This trick or treating is bussin'. Do you think Aunt May and Uncle Ben took little Peter Parker trick or treating?
No.
Nah. He got shot.
Never. Not once in his life did he go trick or treating.
What the fuck did Becky just...
What? Chicken?
Give me some chicken portions or I shall give you testicular torsion.
What?
Is this like a rhyme?
Where's that from?
Is this like a rap lyric?
Why is humanity? So anyway, back to Deadpool. 2016 called. It wants its Ryan Reynolds back.
Hey, shut the fuck up, Cold. It wants you back.
Who's that?
Got him.
You know what? Never mind.
Look, I got the door open. Look, Dad, are you proud of me now?
I'll never be proud of you, son.
I'm embarrassed by you.
That's our way.
William, you're not my dad. You're obviously my son.
It's time to go. Marvin.
I am taller than you. I couldn't.
We need to get you to a hospital right now.
Oh, he's turning zombified.
Save yourself.
That I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that was so redundant.
We can still make it out of here.
Or at least it wasn't done as well as they did it in the original.
In the original, he locks you out of the room and you don't talk to him ever again. And the next time you find him, he is already a zombie.
Doesn't he like protect you at some point? He's like, "I got the fuck out of here."
No, that was in this one.
This thing spray.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm getting my fucking versions mixed up.
Just go.
I mean, honestly, there's like so many different versions of Resident Evil 2 that it's easy to start to mix them up.
You know what my favorite version of Resident Evil 2 is?
What stupid, annoying thing is he gonna say now? All right, come on. What do you got? What do you got, huh?
The Netflix adaptation.
Rest in peace,
Can we
Lance
kick
Reddick.
him off this chat? Can we kick him from the screen?
I was gonna say Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, but I decided
I know
to branch
what you were
out.
gonna say.
Honestly, I think we would have actually left the call if you had said that.
Seriously?
It's just some shit you don't joke about.
Well, I joke about it.
Can we cancel this guy?
What are you gonna cancel me for?
We'll find a
Very
reason.
problematic.
You know, it's kind of funny actually. So I work at a library now, and one of my favorite things is it's kind of like the only thing like close to like a blockbuster experience that I can find in the year of our Lord 2023, which is going to a library and picking out movies. And I have seen a disturbing amount of copies. They don't usually have just like one copy of a movie. They have multiple copies of multiple movies. I have seen a disturbing amount of copies of Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City at the library. Like 4 or 5 at least.
Is that why you always bring it up around me?
It's not the reason why I bring it up around you.
Just trying to make sure that I never forget my anger.
You know, it's like they said, you know, 9/11, never forget. Well, Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City, never forget.
This is Xavier's 9/11.
Xavier's 9/11 is 9/11.
The fucking director is George W. Bush.
Jet fuel can't melt zombie beams.
He did it. He nailed it. Good work.
Thank you. I spent literally 2 seconds on it.
We couldn't tell.
You wasted 2 seconds of your life. Those are 2 seconds you'll never get back. How do you feel about that?
2 seconds of...
I'm feeling pretty good about that, actually.
So sorry to hear that. Leon, they hit the Pentagon.
Okay, that's kind of good.
Oh shit, this game takes place in 1998. That hasn't happened yet in the Resident Evil universe.
What hasn't?
9/11. This game takes place in 1998.
Yeah.
While you're doing all this stupid zombie shit, they're still up. Right? It's still out there.
No, it happens by Resident Evil Code Veronica, which is, like, ironically the worst one in the series.
So who do you think, who amongst the Resident Evil characters becomes a 9/11 truther?
Among Us?
Okay. Jeff, you know, I don't know.
What was the question?
Because, who among the Resident Evil characters would be a 9/11 truther?
Eva?
I feel like I want to say Chris. He just gives off the vibe.
Oh, that's cool.
Chris
Wait,
gives
when you
off
say truther, as in
vibes.
like, hold on. When you say truther,
What, like an insane conspiracy theorist who believes that it was.
okay. I want to say
inside
Claire.
job.
Definitely Claire. Claire and Leon. I want to say Claire and Leon.
Both of them?
Both of them would be truthers. They'd be like, nah, that shit was staged. We know it's staged.
The Umbrella Corporation did it.
It was fucking Wesker. We know he did it.
It was Wesker himself.
Look at Wesker. You gotta kill him in Resident Evil 6 by drowning him in a fucking volcano.
It's the only way.
No, that was fine.
Event.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect Resident Evil 5 with that.
Yeah, hey, apologize to Resident Evil 5.
I'm so sorry, Resident Evil 5.
You're pretty good, actually, if you kind of discount
You're really good.
some of the weird
some of the
optics of
outdated
some of the parts.
Some of the stuff that just didn't age well.
Isn't Resident Evil 5 the racist one?
I don't know if people call it that, but it somehow triggers me.
No, it's a totally valid thing to say.
Totally valid thing to say, but I somehow get triggered by it.
Because it's a good game and you want to defend it, but then when you stop and think about it for a second, you go, yeah, a little bit.
Who's in it, but it wasn't going out of its way to be racist. I don't think.
It was like,
Hope
well,
not.
it's like innocently racist, like when your grandma says something like, "And this is the part of town where all the nice colored people live." It's like,
one of the good
grandma. Grandma. Hold on.
Speaking of that, I brought it up. This is a reference. What I said, okay? The fucking Suicide Squad data files about the characters.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they call him
have
Green
some thoughts on
Lantern,
that,
the
too.
Black Green Lantern. They refer to him as one of the good ones.
Okay, because there's a reason for that in the game. Is because that article is written from the perspective of Deadshot, who thinks
It's
Green
so
Lantern
fucking
is an
stupid.
asshole
It's
cop.
so fucking stupid
Well, no, there's like a rivalry between Deadshot and Green Lantern in this game. And it's written from the perspective of Deadshot, who Green Lantern arrested and sent to Arkham. And Deadshot is basically like, kind of making fun of Green Lantern and like calling him a narc a little bit.
I don't know, man. This shit was... I don't think this shit... I mean, in-universe, I guess, but it's still like... Okay, because... Look at it this way.
It was questionable.
They changed the character from a white character to a black character.
Actually,
okay, so who is that guy that I just... Why. So could you explain who is that guy that I just killed? The guy with giant eyeball
in his hand. You fight that big monster? You did it! Wow, I'm surprised you did that.
Yeah, you guys got so caught up in your racism that you forgot that I was playing a video game.
Well, you know, that's the effect that video games have.
Like, that sounded like a conservative post. You also caught up in your racism, you forgot about the real issue.
I love how you say that in a redneck accent.
Those darn bioweapons.
Anyway, what was the explanation for the race change? Because in the game, fucking Boomerang goes, "Aren't you supposed to be white?" And then he fucking looks at him and he goes, "Shut up, you're Australian." And then, like, Waller
he does. He says that.
he actually says that. And then Waller comes in and she's like, "Hey, shut the fuck up." And then we never get, like, a thing about that. They just never bring it up again.
They actually dedicate a bunch of time to that later in the game.
Really? What did they say?
Is this the new Suicide Squad movie, the one that just came out?
Yeah, the new one, the new game.
The game.
Yeah.
Why, though?
Do you care about spoilers?
No.
Okay. William, do you care about spoilers?
Dude, I saw the entire game's cutscenes. I give less of a shit about spoilers than, like, fucking anyone.
Okay. Alright, so, but you know how Joker is there via multiverse, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh,
the white Deadshot is from that guy's universe, I think.
Fuck off! What?
So he's actually he is actually Deadshot. That was not an imposter. That was another Deadshot from another universe.
Dude, that makes me so angry.
Of all the characters who could get stuck in a different universe and then stay there for an extended period of time.
The multiverse wasn't a thing they were talking about until this game. What the fuck was he doing decades
before that? So
that?
that's a retcon that when Batman met that guy in Arkham City, he was actually a fucking multiverse traveler.
Because that would imply that he was there like for fucking decades before anybody caught on.
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
I hate that. Oh, that sucks. That sucks so much.
Can we all agree all multiverses are stupid? And none of them should exist?
Except for the ones where you have a goatee when you go there. The one where you're evil and you have a goatee is okay.
Oh my god, dude, that actually boils my blood. I hate that so fucking much. So fucking much.
Star Trek is the only series that's allowed to do multiverse shenanigans. The rest of you are on thin fucking ice.
Because they give you a goatee and just say you're evil here, and that's the only difference.
I need to recover from this. I'm getting some water.
He's gotta go take a break.
I'm gonna get some water.
I feel bad for William.
You know, yeah.
He's had such a hard life.
Yeah, I mean, I too would hate having to be born in such a backwater, undeveloped country as his. I feel like you guys aren't even paying attention to what I'm doing.
That was accidentally super racist what you said, because he was not born in Australia.
I referred to growing up, not being from.
You said born.
Well, he was born in Australia. Wasn't he?
No.
So?
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm not gonna tell you what it was, but I think I'm gonna tell him what you said and he's gonna laugh.
So, I love how you're just saying weird stuff to each other while I'm attempting to play a video game. Because I have... You're not actually paying attention to the video game I'm playing.
You're doing okay. You're not stuck.
Fuck Rocksteady.
And that's an excuse for you to not pay attention to me?
So William, when you left, I said, I feel bad for William. He's had such a hard life. And then David said, yeah, imagine being born in such a, what did you say? A disgusting backwater country? And I said, you know, he wasn't born in Australia, so what you just said was accidentally super racist.
FBI, huh?
Feel bad about yourself.
Sorry, that information's classified.
Be ashamed of who you are.
Already there, thanks. I'm already there, sorry. Beat you to it.
Asking questions and get the hell out of here.
Oh look, it's Ava Wang.
She was an Easter egg in the first game. Foreshadowing.
Remember when she revived Wesker at the end of Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City?
What'd you say, Dave?
Remember when Ava revived Wesker at the end of Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City?
I don't think he cares, but it's Ada.
I don't.
Of course.
But remember
But yes, I remember that. And then she gave him his iconic glasses, and he was like, I'm the Wesker now. I've unlocked my iconic glasses.
I am evil now, even though I showed no indications of being evil before this point.
I'm still so pissed off
about
the Bad Squad game. I can't like engage in this game.
I also love how the main character what was it? Yeah.
How are we gonna find him?
Oh shit!
It's just kind of a very strange experience playing this game because I recognize certain scenes and certain moments from the movie, but they're just very different contextually.
Well, yeah, because it's like the laziest attempt at actually adapting this that you could do, where it's just like, just take a little bit and then don't actually mind the context of anything, even though it's really important most of the time.
It's like one of those, it's like if they took a season of a TV show and then just made like the YouTube compilation of out of context moments,
various scenes,
and then they just released that in theaters.
And every single scene is better in the game, by the way. There's not a single one.
Jill, I am so sorry, Jill. I didn't mean to betray you, Jill. Oh.
Wesker, you betrayed us.
I am now going to reference the opening cutscene of Resident Evil 1 when I'm in the body bag.
There is going to be a zombie that is going to say itchy tasty for no explainable reason whatsoever.
I'm going to write it on the window because funny.
I'm gonna write it on the window right before jumping through the window because reasons.
Run!
I'm going to proceed to write itchy tasty on the window before jumping through it.
That'll surprise him.
That'll really get him scared.
Chris will shit his pants live on screen.
He'll piss and shit his pants.
Shit.
You guys said that at the same time?
See, now we're twins. Who's twins now?
Now you guys are on the same wavelength.
I'm never gonna speak again.
Oh. He's too embarrassed by what happened.
I too would be embarrassed by that.
Hello?
I would be embarrassed by copying somebody as iconic as me.
Hello, human?
The iconic hero, David.
Long enough.
The iconic David.
No, there's a few of us. Huh. That's good news, I guess. Yeah. That's of course I am.
Icona David.
Who's this guy?
Chief Irons.
If someone who hasn't seen either, was Welcome to Raccoon City worse than the 2022 Netflix show, or the other way around? I would say the Netflix show is worse, but it has a little bit more like actual, true to the series Resident Evil scenes, because they have flashbacks where it's like actual Wesker played by what was the name of the actor?
It's Lance Reddick, I think.
Bryan
Lance Reddick,
Cranston.
right, yeah. He
Yeah,
was played by
that's
actual
him.
Lance Reddick. And it is the most authentic, like, genuinely cool Wesker moments in anything that they've done.
We're both prisoners in this.
He has
And
such
it
a
lasts
presence,
for,
and he
like,
does the
no
character
time.
so well. But it's like 2
I
seconds
really wish
long.
he got to play that character for the whole thing instead of like a weird clone that's a different guy.
You need this. Just get me the fuck out of here.
You know, I actually like certain things about that movie. That show. Sorry. I like.
I didn't watch the whole thing, so I'll have to take your word for it. I don't know anything else that happened.
I like the things that was setting up with like, oh, what if we like worked on a cure for the zombie? And like there was a whole thing about that. I thought that was interesting.
Well, you
Is
know
that
what
what
I'll
it's something
say
like the
about
game?
the difference between the live-action movie and the TV show? The live-action movie is shorter.
Happened so quick.
Yeah, that's true actually.
That helps a lot.
That helps a lot. It's not nothing.
You know him?
As a whole, I think the Netflix show is much worse, but I enjoyed a lot more things about it than the movie.
The movie is like
the movie was better
miserable
in the
the whole
sense
way
that it wasn't
through.
as effectively like off the rails, but there was very little that I enjoyed about it.
There's like nothing to really latch onto. Because it's like every character doesn't look like themselves, they don't act like themselves.
The set pieces are the only thing that you can go, oh
Their
shit, yeah,
Wesker
that
is like
kinda looks
embarrassing
like a
in
game.
the movie. Like he's so bad. Their Weskers than you could
I thought
possibly
he was
do.
Chris, and I thought Chris was
Guess
bad.
the deal's on.
Like, you know where they're all sitting in the diner, and then somebody makes a Jill sandwich joke?
Oh god.
Oh wait, no, it was Jill who makes a Jill sandwich, and she's like, it's
Yeah.
Jill's sandwich now.
That was
That's
the
like the most
laziest
forced shit
version
ever.
of that.
I know.
joke.
Anyway, I thought that Wesker in that scene was Chris, and I don't know if Chris was there. I don't think was he there.
I don't even remember. I think
I don't know.
him
Anyway,
and
I thought
I
it was
think
Chris. They look like the characters they're supposed to be playing. Like I'm not making much sense. Chris looks like he should have been playing Wesker, and Wesker looks like he should have been playing Chris. So when I saw them, I was like, "Oh, that's Chris," and it turned out to be fucking Wesker. It's like, hold on a minute.
then they
what?
call him Wesker and you go, wait a minute, what?
Maybe we're
Yeah.
right.
He's in the crew corps or the engineering, and is playing Mass Effect.
What's the gayest way to play Mass Effect?
Well, I mean, you can fuck dudes in that
Socks.
game.
You got to take your socks off.
I always take my socks off.
Well, you couldn't
you're
fuck
already
dudes
going-
in the game until the third game, which is why the other two are terrible.
But can you have sex with a lady as a lady in the previous
Yes.
games? Okay,
Okay,
so,
so what, the first two games?
there's just some.
Yeah, in the first two games you can be a Lebzanin, but in the third game you can be a Gaiman.
In the first two games, you could be a Lebanese. But
Can you
in
be a
the
Neil
third
Gaiman?
game-
You can be Neil Gaiman.
Oh, nice. I like Neil Gaiman. He's one of my favorite authors.
Anyway.
Name 3 things he's written.
American Gods, Good Omens, Coraline.
Dude, I love American
Shit.
Psycho.
I was trying to embarrass David on stream, but then he pulled it off. Gotta give him props.
American Psycho is my favorite Neil Gaiman book.
Okay, his...
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Sandman had a crossover with American Psycho and got to meet fucking Christian Bale's character in that movie?
See, I don't know much about the Sandman character.
He's
Like, outside of Marvel shit.
it's hard to. Hey, that's a different Sandman.
I know, but like... I don't know... I don't know what a Sandman
How do you
is outside
explain
of that.
Sandman to someone?
The god of.
It's like a really
sleep.
trippy, like metaphysical story
Yeah.
from the perspective of like this immortal god who's like the god of sleep, and he just drifts through like eternity.
Yeah,
Just
he
kind of
sort of
like-
like drifts through like other people's stories, and like it's sort of it's sort of like a very existential view on like life and what the world is, and it's through the perspective of this guy who's sort of incredibly cynical, and like so he'd been like trapped by humans for years, and basically in prison, and then he's let out, and then his like sister is Death, but Death has a much more optimistic view of life, ironically, than he does.
Death is like a cute, fun, happy girl who's really like bubbly and upbeat.
Yeah.
Which is the irony of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to describe, but it's very good. They were gonna do a crossover between Neil Gaiman's Sandman and Batman the Animated Series, and they actually like storyboarded part of it, and then it didn't get made because rights problems, but they almost did it.
Huh. Like,
I would have done it.
Storyboards have been released.
Yeah, you can find images of it, I think, like of what they were working on. Yeah, let me go look for that.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Sandman.
Mr. Sandman, send me a man.
Mr. Sandman.
Mr. Mansand, man me a sand. You must be the coolest sand who has man. Mr. Mansand, man me a sand.
Right? You're supposed to go back to the car, David. People are saying.
What?
People are saying you're supposed to go back to the car.
But well, I have the key, but none of the
The car apparently had a prompt on it.
prompts. Okay. Okay, well, I'll go back to there in a minute. I'm exploring this area right now, but like, cause I have a key for it, but at the same time, it didn't seem to be triggering any of the by any of the cars. So
I'm triggered by cars.
well, that's because you're lame.
Ah.
All these roaches, peoples.
I can't find the images of it that I remember, but I did find the article that talks about it. It's in this listicle by fucking CBR.
So it's very sort of humanistic, but it also uses elements of like Lovecraftian horror and like darker stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would say another way of putting it.
They were gonna do like a "It's a Wonderful Life" kind of send up where Batman is on the verge of death, and then Morpheus, who is the Sandman, and his sister Death both like bump into Batman while he's like on like kind of clinging to life between both worlds. And then they'd like show him why he needs to fight hard enough to stay, and like because he's like about to die, and they're like, no, you can't yet because like
Dini was
Gotham
talking
needs you.
about how he wanted to write that in. There was a comic book that Paul Dini wrote.
Was it Dark Knight?
Something like that. I don't know, but I think Paul Dini was talking about wanting to write that after he got mugged and almost like fucking to death.
You know what?
Or,
That's the one.
No, he was robbed at gunpoint and he was threatened to like get shot, and so he thought he was gonna die that night. Or maybe he was. I forget the specifics. Anyway, he ran into a near-death experience, and he wanted to write a story about that for the animated series. And I think,
yeah, that's the one.
Was it a rights thing, or like I'm pretty sure the executives were just like, "Hey, man, this is a fucking
from what I'm seeing from this article, it says that one of the producers on Batman just didn't like the comic Sandman, like Neil Gaiman's Sandman, because it was like really dark and adult. So I guess they axed the idea, but Neil Gaiman actually gave his approval and was down for it.
Neil Gaiman is cool with a lot of things, including being gay, because he's a gayman.
Ha.
Is that real? Is that true?
No.
Is that just a joke about his name?
That was just a joke about his name.
That was a joke.
About his name.
David sucks. We should all bully him.
I do in fact suck. But it's not me.
Punch him square in the dick.
Oh, no, hold on. He said something, and I'm trying to process it. What?
I said go to Colorado and punch David in the dick. Square in the dick.
That would be a long way to go just for a punch.
It'd be worth it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I have the...
Oh, man. Is anybody else feeling a little woozy? I was gonna say groggy. That's not exactly how I feel. Woozy.
Do you feel woozy, or are you pranking?
A little bit.
Why? Is it because of the fried
burst the
chicken?
vein up. You told me that thing about fucking Deadshot.
I don't
he's
believe
from the
I don't believe in fried chicken.
You ate at Popeyes right before you went to my house 2 days ago.
Yeah, like I said, I don't believe in fried chicken.
I don't know. I don't understand this guy. I don't fucking... I need to leave.
Somebody's asking, so is David strictly playing remakes, or is he going to is he going back to the originals at some point?
I'm going with whatever I bought from the Resident Evil multi-pack when it was on sale like 2 years ago. So, yeah. Because I think I have Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, 3 remake. But I don't have but I do not have the Resident Evil 4 remake, but I do have Resident Evil 4.
Honestly,
reminder that if you feel like games nowadays are worse than games back in the day, you're completely validated and you're right. Fuck modern games.
Fuck video games.
I want to talk about it, but I feel like people will get mad at me. But I think that the Resident Evil 4 remake is not as good as the original, and it's not a nostalgia thing. I think there's just a bunch of shit about the game that's worse than the remake.
The only time motherfuckers will use a nostalgia card is if, like, they just got no other argument, because that fucking... Pulling out that card is the dumbest fucking thing I can think of to, like, retort to something like that.
I'm gonna call
You're
bullshit
just nostalgic.
on the guys saying that I can use, like, a prompt out here with the card. Because none of these cars are... There's no prompt with any of these cars, so... With this key, so...
Well, hold on. You go to that thing.
Oh.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I see.
My cat loves the printer. Oh, wait, no. It's the trunk of one of the cars inside this room.
I had to examine it, and then I had to hit the trunk button. Got it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Your cat wants to eat the printer.
So who do I put the Matilda on? What can I put that on? Can I put that on the pistol, or can I only put it on the shotgun?
You can put that gun stock goes because your pistol is the Matilda.
Okay. So I can
you combine it with your
pistol.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You can. There's more upgrades you can get for that pistol in the police station as well. Do all kinds of cool shit with that.
Do all kinds of cool, weird stuff with that.
Yeah. If you hear, like, epic music in the background, it's because my wife is playing Mass Effect.
My wife.
My wife.
Oh, shit.
Your wife.
My wife.
Your fiance. What does a red and blue herb together do?
Oh, he says...
I don't know.
Excuse me, Ashley.
Oh, he says it the correct way.
He says it the incorrect way, the cringe way. Americans and their preconceived notion that what they think and what they say is the correct thing. How fucking typical.
Hey, William, what would you call someone who doesn't lie?
A liar.
No, like someone who generally always you can count on to tell the truth.
A truther?
A true.
God damn it. God damn it. I walked into that one.
A truther?
Yeah.
Well, I have no reason to live anymore.
No, it's
Good. That's my whole goal in life. My goal in life is to get rid of reasons
to push
for
me
you.
to the edge.
Is it working?
You know, we're getting there. Keep it up, little buddy.
I did force you to. I did force you to watch Suitable Flesh the other day.
You know what? The more I think about it, the more I think that movie was actually pretty good. I liked it.
What's that?
We watched a horror movie. Well, kind of a horror movie. It's not really much.
It's yeah. I wanted more Lovecraft in that, but it's kind of like
it was. Yeah.
It's more of a supernatural thriller mixed with like a '90s erotic thriller. It was weird.
Oh. David and his erotica, of course.
David and I watch his weird pervert movies now. He just shows up and will show me some crazy shit.
You
Yeah.
can always just refuse to watch them.
No, they're hilarious.
Yeah, I guess it's something you do now.
Another thing that I do, I've started doing that because I watched Poor Things with my family recently, and that's basically it's
Poor Thing.
It's kind of a pervert movie, but it's also kind of wholesome.
Yeah. Olsen, like the twins.
No. Remember when everyone was saying that their sister was never gonna outshine them, and now she's more famous than they are because she's Scarlet Witch.
She is a white woman playing a Romani individual.
Well, yeah.
Slay Queen.
You know, I finally actually started reading some Fantastic Four comics, and that shit actually is incredibly crucial to Doctor Doom's entire character.
I love the way
I
Stan
thought
Lee
that
says
people...
it.
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
Now here's an interesting fact. I wrote a Fantastic Four back in the day with my friend. And,
with my friend Jack Kirby.
I don't know what I'm wrong with that. Oh, he was more of a business friend and a work friend than an actual friend.
A guy who fucking hates my guts.
I'm talking about a real friend.
That's the sound that Leon makes when you bite his face.
That's true. That's true.
What other sounds does Leon make when you,
Leon goes,
That's true. He always makes that sound when I bite his face.
When you what his face? I mean, I was gonna do other things to his face, but like, if you want to bite his face, that works too.
Fuck your face.
I'm actually like starting to get into Fantastic Four now. I used to think they were lame when I was a kid, but now I realize I finally get the appeal.
You know what I think is underrated?
And I got into them through the cartoon from like 2008.
You know what I also think is underrated?
Your mama.
Hey!
No. She's quite well rated. I was gonna say the mid-2000s Fantastic Four movie.
The what, huh?
I think the mid-2000s Fantastic Four movie is underrated.
I like the 90s one better, actually, which is fucked up.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
The 90s one is... Well, I'm doing a video on it right now. and I
Damn,
watched it for that.
I wish you wouldn't say anything, because I was gonna say I wish a motherfucker would make a video on that, and then make a video uploading on the spot. That's something.
No, I'm. You know, no one watches these streams. I can talk about upcoming projects a little bit.
Yeah,
only like the real hardcore. Zabel Mendoza
Super
heads.
hardcore.
The people who would have been on your Discord back when you had a
yell at me
Discord.
like that one fucking guy last time.
Huh?
The people who would have been on your Discord back when you had one.
There was a guy who was like really, really devoted to David and Xavier streams, and then I said bad things about Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and then he left a big, long, angry comment on that video about how much he's like, your channel's a waste of my time now.
Is that last stream, or is that...
Well, but then in the last stream, he popped into the fucking chat to start, like, yelling at me for saying bad things about Spider-Man 2.
Really? Who was that?
It was,
I don't know if you...
I'm not gonna say his name.
No, yeah, I was gonna say, if you don't want to say his name, that's fine.
So anyway, how are you feeling about, it's almost 10 o'clock? How long have we been playing?
Not long enough. Keep going.
Are you sure?
Been on almost 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think let's end it a little bit shorter so we're all feeling nice and fresh. Because I believe, would you believe this? Because I have to work tomorrow. Xavier doesn't have to work. He doesn't have a real job.
What the fuck? Who the fuck are you?
So anyway,
you know what? I'm very proud. This is a personal point of pride for me, is that everyone in my life who used to say I didn't have a real job has recanted on that.
I never said you had a real job.
Hey, Xavier.
Huh.
You don't have a real job.
Oh.
You don't have a 401k. You don't have health insurance.
I have health insurance. I'm just on my wife's fucking plan.
Exactly. You don't have your own.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank y'all for coming. Had a lovely time. I actually made progress because this is actually a playable video game, unlike that other one, which I will not mention and I will never play again in my entire life.
Play this one. This one's made for stupid babies who need their handheld.
You will shut the fuck up, David. You will do that.
And why is that?
Because you're saying you're blaspheming.
I wasn't aware I was blaspheming because I'm not a member of any church.
Well, what the fuck do you think Resident Evil is, bitch?
The Church of Evil Residents.
The Catholic Church.
Shut the fuck up.